And we are recording, Mr. No.
I'm ready.
So I see you got like a gray shirt, gray background there. Are you feeling okay? Is this in response to not being Pride anymore? No color.
Oh, I feel a little gray because I am racking a heart monitor and I have a cold.
I told you guys, gold. The fuck is that thing? I think it's. Are you okay? Are you dying? Do we need to call 911? We're 40 seconds into the show and Simo's down, guys.
Well, my doctors were like told me that my heart was leaking, but I just heard them say
Oh.
leaking and I was like, "What's leaking?" Because when you hear things that are leaky, you're like, "Ooh, like clap." Like, "Wait,
Is that
what's
what
leaking?"
that
Oh,
was?
just my heart? Oh, thank God.
Totally normal. And so they're saying that you shouldn't be worried. That sounds
I
pretty
got
worried.
I got leaky valves, I got regurgitation, but they told me it's not awful.
So
They said,
your heart also has an eating problem. Great.
yeah, my heart regurgitates. There's like four main parts of your heart. There's four valves,
That's
three
right.
of which are leaking, and two are mild. One might be moderate. And the only reason why I know this is because I got an EKG at my physical, and they were like, you should book an appointment with your cardiologist. I said, okay. And so they did like an ultrasound, like you would do on a baby's, a baby belly bump.
Correct.
And uh, they were like, okay, yeah, we're gonna give you a heart monitor for 4 days. Let's just see how this is. I said, okay. So I feel like Iron Man. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, except totally unhealthy and without the money and the suit and the awesome goatee thing going on, and a leaky heart. But other than that, just like Iron Man. Oh, without the wittiness, you know.
While on the flip side, he's got Gwyneth Paltrow, and what a major waste of life. So I'd rather be over here free of that nonsense. She is so out of touch with reality. What a bitch.
Yeah, money can buy you many things. That's him getting rid of Gwyneth Paltrow. We're gonna do this, and now three,
Three,
two,
two, one.
one. No, I do that, motherfucker. You blow your nose, and now we can do this again. And now three, three. Oh, this is going awfully.
What are you doing?
Testes in my mouth.
Get on the ground, you fucking pledge!
Ew.
Welcome to the greatest podcast experience of your life. This is the FratChat podcast.
All young men like three things. Food, booze, pussy.
Featuring Carlos Garcia and Chris Moore.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the greatest goddamn. Really? Really?
Can you hear
Can
it?
I do that now? Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh,
Fucking
sorry.
serious. I guess the greatest podcast where you blow your fucking nose in the intro is the FratChat podcast. I'm Carlos Garcia, and this is Chris, the Die Man, Simo Moore. How's it going, Mr.
At
Mo?
this point, it's like tradition, right?
Yeah, holy shit. And I watch your mic there, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's a mess today. He has not been
Guys,
here in a week. And I don't know what the hell happened to him, but he's come back here a different man.
but I will say it was nice for Ron to reach out to see if I'm okay. He reaches out like multiple times a day, and he's like, "Can I please be on your podcast? Can I please be on your podcast?"
Right?
Uh,
It's like
you
it's
know,
like almost very desperate. I didn't know how to, I didn't know how to say no. But really, I tried calling like 4 or 5 other people, and they said no. So then I was like, yeah, I guess I'll let him know. But now, he was very eager. Let's just say that.
yeah. He was like, "I'm wide open," and I'm like, "I think you're referring to your schedule. At least I hope so. And if so,
So
that's great."
he sent me pics when he said that, and Trust me, he was not talking about the calendar.
Oh, lucky
He
you.
was also talking about maybe both, little column A, little column B. But
He sent you a gaping purple starfish.
that's right. That's right. I feel like I now know science more because I definitely explored Uranus. Let's just say that. So.
Do you know what my starfish is named? Activia!
Gross.
Gross.
Anywho, Mr. Mo,
Yeah.
you were away. I totally forgot what to tell the listeners that you were away for, so maybe you can fill them in because you know.
Well,
I
it's always a safe bet that I'm probably getting a cosmetic procedure done.
that's I guess enema, but you know.
Well,
Usually
I mean, I do those
your chest.
regularly. You know, so I was out this last weekend because my company, my day job, opened a shop in Chicago, so I was back in my old stomping grounds, which was nice. But my whole team, we got sick. You know, I get sick a lot when I travel, and they say that like the air on an airplane is like filtered, but I kind of feel like maybe it's not. I always get
That's
sick
bullshit.
after a
That's
flight.
bullshit. That just means, yeah, sure, it's filtered, but they definitely circulate the same air over and over again. So the dude coughing right next to you, the filtered air, quote unquote, is not doing anything. And people travel sick all the time
Yeah.
because airlines make it such a fucking inconvenience to switch your ticket that people rather travel within an inch of their goddamn lives than try to move their shit. So yeah, a lot of people travel very, very sick, and they bring shit from all over the place. You don't know where these people are sitting. They're from whatever diseases they have in their countries, and they all mix in the plane. That's the thing with globalization. It's wild. It's wild.
I sat next to a Karen. I never thought this would happen to me. I thought
Oof.
I should be recording this, but I had a mask on and I was coughing just a little bit. So in the 2-hour flight, maybe I coughed 5 times.
Okay.
And it wasn't that bad. I took a lot of like cough suppressants and whatnot. And uh this lady, every time I did cough, she like had something to say about it. She under her breath, like, "You fucking kidding me? Are you for real? Like, why are you even on the plane if you're this sick?" I just ignored it. And then
Oh.
the lady passed out cookies, and so I reached over her, and she said, "Do you mind?" I said, "You'd be okay." And then the lady came back, the stewardess. Are you allowed to say stewardess, or should I say flight attendant?
I'm
The
not
air
gonna
waitress, so she,
at that
she came back to get trash, and I reached over, and this lady said, "Seriously?" I was like, "Okay, you gotta calm down. You act like it's your first flight. You okay? You be all right." I said, "Let me tell you something. I'm not the one. I don't want you to say anything else to me. No more talking to me, because I'm this close. You just be quiet." She's like, "Don't talk to me. I don't want you talking to me. I am that person. Shut up." So then she's like, so I can't believe. Don't do it. I was like, "Oh my god."
Jesus, that's crazy. God damn.
She was not having it. I thought, it's not about me. She's probably having a bad day, but I had to let this bitch know
Yeah, for
real quick.
sure.
I'm not the
Definitely.
one. I will take it there. I've been to jail. I've done court ordered anger management 4 times. You stupid hoe. So
I will say, I'm on your side in the story because obviously, what the fuck can you do? But I do hate when people cough in like enclosed spaces, like at the path or the subway. And your doors close, and someone's like,
yeah, totally. But and like,
like,
I totally get that.
I can feel it like coming into my nose, like.
I I agree, and I like consciously exhale when that happens.
Oh yeah, me too.
But in my defense, like I couldn't help it. I had to get home. My company flew me out there. I had things to
You're wearing a
do.
face mask, So that's
And I was
better.
wearing a face mask. So
Yeah.
I didn't even have to do that. It's not like our rule. It's just common courtesy. And I'm a
Oh,
courteous
totally. I
person.
thought that was nice, and it is what it is. But you coughed, and if anything, most of the particles ended up right back in your mouth. So she shouldn't have shit to say. She
Why
should be. I see you next Tuesday.
I'm glad that I went to Chicago when I did because I looked at the news. I got a lot of friends reached out to me. Are you okay? Are you okay? I said, yeah, why? And they said on the news the trains are underwater. I said, what? So yeah, last week there
Yeah,
was
in
a
the
lot
city,
of
it was
rain.
wild. It was wild. I forget. Maybe it was the one train that
Yeah,
the train stopped.
I take that train.
Yeah, and I mean that's a common one for comics to take too. It takes you up to like the old stand up New York, now New York Comedy Club area too. So it's crazy because I saw so many people that day. I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna do shit. I'm gonna stick around, and thank God I did because even New Jersey, everything was flooded. There were like cars and shit in flash flood areas that were completely swept away. It's fucking crazy. I can't believe it. And I never thought I would see something like that, but it's worse in New York City in the subway because it's like, sure, you get out and you walk through that water. You know how much piss and like rat shit and like disgusting. Ugh. Isn't that like, ugh? I couldn't. I can't.
And the shit isn't just dog shit. Like I've seen
No,
people
it's
take
human,
live turds.
human
I
shit. That's how the
um
subway gets cleaned in New York City. It overfloods and the water cleans the shit for the next season. But yeah, this was nuts.
It's like
Nuts.
Texas was underwater, New York was underwater, Jersey's underwater. I saw they had crazy floods in like North South Carolina. Like it's so
Yeah.
apocalyptic. Like
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, what has America done to deserve this treatment? Is there anything that the United States has done to
Nothing
deserve?
would really come to mind if you were to ask me. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
you know what? Anything to distract us from the Epstein files, like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we'll have plenty to talk about that when we get to not the drag queens.
yeah,
And next week we'll talk more too about the latest South Park episode, which I saw. Simo has not seen. That's what we're not commenting on yet. I don't want to spoil it for him with clips because Simo is a huge South Park guy, as I am,
I
and
love
he's got to
it.
watch it on his own. So we're saving him in from the spoilers. We'll talk about it next week. But yeah, he's been getting roasted left and right. And the thing is, he's been trying to do crazier things and more attention grabbing things and get his name out there just to get people talking about something else. Like that soccer team thing, where he photobombed that team that won the club team World Cup. Literally, he got on stage when he get off. I guarantee you he did that on purpose so people would talk about that. But people still bringing up the Epstein thing. So
Okay,
keep it going,
so
people.
maybe I'm wrong, but I saw it looked like he put a medal in his pocket and then took it out,
It wouldn't
and
shock me.
then put another medal in his pocket and then took it out. I think he felt like he was deserving of like I, I don't know. I think that he's such a weirdo and he loves gold so much. Isn't it like his whole house like his like Trump Tower, like Trump suite coated in like gold walls? It's so tacky. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
super tough.
but yeah, I think I saw him like put medals in his pocket.
He'll probably go to the White House and be like, yeah, these are real medals. Okay, believe me. They asked me to play for the team. Okay. I said I could have been forward. Okay. Because I'm so good at soccer. Okay, I was dribbling those balls. Better than any president you've ever seen dribble balls. Okay, believe me. Like I dribble balls better than Obama, better than Clinton. Clinton can dribble my balls like I
You
do.
know what? I don't even think he knows the terminology for soccer. He doesn't know what forward means. He doesn't know what dribbling means. He doesn't know any of that stuff.
That's true. I can be the guy in the back. Okay, believe me. The guy kicking the ball. Okay, just give me. I kick the crap out of that ball. Believe me.
The guy in the really big fishing
Right.
net, I could be him.
Yeah, the guy's not moving a lot. Okay, I can eat a Big Mac, not doing anything. You know.
It's like soccer's wild. Have they ever thought about using their hands? Jeez Louise. What a weirdo. Well,
Yeah.
You know, things happen in threes, and we've had quite an eventful week. Very sad.
Yes, it all started with the death of Ozzy Osbourne for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge one. I'm a big Ozzy guy. I'm a big Black Sabbath guy ever since I heard Iron Man for the first time when I was a little eighth grader, fresh faced boy, my second year in America. And hearing Tony Iommi fucking blasting those solos and hearing that voice, that it was like, what the fuck? It was evil. It was cool. It was dark. It was heavy. Ah, man, I'm going to miss that man. And the second one for me, this guy right here. I know I was disappointed in his political views, but that character was my childhood hero. So that is Hulk Hogan. That one breaks my soul because it's similar to Ozzy. Ozzy just had his goodbye concert less than 2 weeks ago, and he passed. Hulk Hogan was starting a new amateur wrestling league with like the Greco-Roman shit,
Is
and like
that
he
because
did.
his porno career didn't really take off?
That's right. That's right. But
Yikes.
they signed a deal with Fox Nation, and he appeared on like Fox Nation like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. He seemed fine, and then reports came out that he wasn't doing so good, and he ended up going. So all politics aside, I never want to see someone go like that. So
Well, I have to say that the world is so obsessed with the Kardashians being the first family of reality TV. But I have to say that for me, the Osbournes were like the pioneers of reality TV. I mean, it was very low budget, but it was so much more entertaining than
absolutely, that show
the
was hilarious.
Kardashians.
The clips hold up. They've been resurfacing ever since Ozzy died, and they're really funny. So I might actually watch that show. It's on Amazon Prime and Tubi if you're interested, people. But it holds up. But and then the third person, I'll let Simo take it away because
Oh,
this is
hit me
his
hard.
show. So
I mean, please don't cancel me. I grew up watching The Cosby Show. I loved it so much. I idolized Bill Cosby. Now I don't, but you gotta give credit where credit's due. And the actor Malcolm who played Theo was brilliant and such a great character. And he is so sad that he passed away. I think he drowned off the coast of, was it Costa Rica? Leaving behind
ooh,
an 8-year-old daughter. I mean, I would never go on vacation again if that happened to my dad. That's horrible. I
that's
think he got taken by a riptide.
yeah.
So sad. Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, you
So
see,
that hit hard. And
Costa
he was
Rica,
doing a lot of directing.
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah,
His official cause of death was asphyxia, obviously, but yeah, he drowned. This literally this past Sunday.
yeah.
Oof. Yeah, that's awful, dude. It's really awful.
So
That's a shame.
I think he was first, then came Ozzy, then came Hulk.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Oof, man. And that's goes to show. Be careful out in the water, people. You never know. You never know. Just a lot of people, go that way. And sometimes even they're strong swimmers, but like a riptide is a totally different ballgame.
At work they were like, "Oh, do you think the three of them are all sitting at a table playing poker?" I was like, "No, I don't think that Hulk Hogan liked black people, so
Yeah, I don't think
probably
Hulk
not,
Hogan is sitting with.
unfortunately."
I don't think. Yeah, he's sitting with Malcolm Jamal Warner. I just don't see that. Let me tell you something. Nick. Oh, brother. I mean, brother.
Oh, yikes. Ugh.
That's why with Hulk, it's conflicting because with Ozzy, I posted tributes and shit. With the Hulk, like I said, that character was my childhood character, but the N-word thing was very disappointing. The MAGA stuff was very disappointing, and so it is a figure where you gotta be realistic and not forget what he did when he was alive too. But at the same time, like Hulk Hogan as the character, even he did hundreds of Make a Wish wishes and shit. He did a lot of things for charity and helped a lot of kids. So it's a character that, sure, it's a little bit tainted for me, given what happened later in life, but he did a lot of good too. So you can't forget all that. And he didn't kill anybody or anything, so
But his
uh
son did.
no.
Ayo! Yeah. Sorry.
Straight to hell. Straight to hell.
Straight to hell.
Yes. Anyway,
Anyway.
rest in peace to these three epic legendary characters. And we'll see you on the other side. But now it is time on a happier subject to hear from you guys because it is time for emails from the listeners. Oh, yeah. And we got some good ones. Some good ones this week, Mr. Mao. We got Fabio from Nashville, Tennessee, and Jason from Jersey City, literally right over here, stone's throw away from me. Well, I can't throw that far. I can't throw like a girl, but somebody who can throw a football pretty far might be able to get to Jersey City from here. So it's good times. But why don't you go ahead and start us with yours? I feel like yours is a good one to start with.
Fabio! What up, boy? Okay, so Fabio from Nashville, Tennessee. He wrote a pretty thoughtful question. He wrote, how do you navigate different levels of outness in a relationship, especially when one partner is fully out and the other isn't? So
Oh,
I'm gonna just assume that he's gay, not based off the question, but based off the name. So,
well, we have model Fabio. Is he gay with the long hair?
I mean, might as well be.
Oh
Remember when Fabio was on a ride and like I think I don't know if it was like a flying like duck or a seagull or whatever hit him in the face and like busted his face all up. Do you remember that?
yeah, yeah. My
Yikes.
face.
My face.
He
I
says he's
can't
still
believe
looking
it's
for
not the
love.
butter.
He said he's still looking for love and hopes to get married one day. But he's 65, and I feel like he could have got a lady by now, being Fabio.
He
So
should
maybe
cut
you're
his
right.
hair.
Maybe he's got to go in the closet and fetch a new wardrobe, if you know
You
what I
know,
mean.
older men, like our hair thins as we get older, and when you're rocking long hair for such a long time, eventually it just looks like Tales from the Crypt. It just looks like
Yeah, I
a
agree.
skeleton.
And I know
Ugh,
he's trying to hold on to his looks for as long as he can so people recognize him. And the part of the Fabio thing is the long hair. But it's like, come on, bro. At least get a wig or something if you're gonna just
yeah.
keep that. But eventually it's time for it to go at any age. It's like
Well,
those rock stars that keep their hair long and it looks all weird. It's like, ugh. But anyways, yeah, go on.
I
Sorry,
I would
Fabio.
tell you, Fabio, my opinion on this has changed. Because when I was younger, I was like, you know what? My straight friends have never had to come out as straight. So I don't care if gay people had to come out as gay. Doesn't matter. It's none of my business. I'm not dating their family. I'm dating them. So that's how I thought when I was younger. But as I get older, it does bother me. And
Yeah,
so I think that you're on two different levels, and I just don't think it's gonna work.
yeah,
And I understand everyone has their reasons. I'm not saying that you have to come out to your family. I'm just saying that if you want an open, honest relationship, and in your your point of your life, your friends, your family, your coworkers all know it's that's a great thing. You come a long way, but when you're with someone who is not as open, you do come down a notch in your progress. It does
totally.
put you a little bit back in the closet, and it's almost unfair. So like I can tell you from experience that like when I've dated a couple people who've been closeted, and when you're posting things on social media and tagging people and they don't accept the tag and they
It
won't
hurts.
repost it,
Yeah,
or they, your Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever is filled with a lot of like couples pictures, but then theirs isn't. It does kind of like hit hard. You're like, oh, do you even like me? Um,
totally. And you don't
you
want to
know,
be
th-
someone's secret either.
yeah. So your question, how do you navigate different levels of outness in a relationship? I just don't. So moving forward, the next will not be closet. I just can't do it.
Yeah. No, I
I
agree.
just choose not to. It's a non-negotiable for me. If it works for you, it works for you. But if family is important to you, like it's very it's going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people. no matter how beautiful the person is or how like chiseled their abs are. I understand that you overlook things when you're smitten with someone, but it will catch up on you and it will bother you down the road. So
Absolutely.
if you're questioning it now, then maybe he's not the one for you.
Totally. And you also don't want to be in a situation where you are waiting on this person to acknowledge you to the world because I mean your mental health is going to suffer, your self-worth is going to suffer. You know, I'm with Simo. I am with Simo. I would never want to be in a situation where someone introduces me to the family as like the roommate or something like that. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean? And like, especially if you have real feelings for this person. No way. No way. You don't want to be, don't do that to yourself. There's plenty of out gay dudes in the world that are looking for someone just like you, Fabio. Just like you. Unless you have like, you know, a peg leg and like a weird glass eye thing, you know, that maybe not just like you, but sort of like you. You know, I don't know what you look like.
Well, fair. I also think this might sound a little shitty, but if you're able to lie to your
No,
mother about something so important to you, then you might just be able to lie about anything.
totally. Totally. It does make you hard to trust someone. And thinking a whole thing like a relationship can be kept from their family. That means they're living, that means that being with you is living a double life. So imagine what
Yeah,
other lives this person's living. That's a good point.
exactly.
Could be a fucking serial killer too. I don't know.
I'm not saying that all people who are closeted are liars, but if you really think about it, you kind of
It's a
are.
double life.
Because omission is kind of like lying. Ooh, ooh, sorry about it.
Yeah, shit. Damn. I forget. I didn't say that. Simo said it. So
I
cancel
said
him
it.
at chris.moore.comedy.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, Seymour Comedy, Twitter/X. You know, send all hate
Hmm.
mail to him. Also, you can send it to fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. Just direct it to him in case I read it. You know, uh, once I read too many F words on there, I'm like, whoa.
And if you really, really, really hate me, then you should leave a 1-star review on the Joe Rogan Experience.
That's right. Wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Well, what's yours? You got a
So
good
I
one.
got,
This one was
yeah, yeah,
long-winded.
I
I'm glad
know.
you're reading it and not me because
That's
I
why
don't
I
have all
picked it.
day for that.
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia.
Anywho, this is Jason from Jersey City, and this is a pretty awkward situation. I gotta say, I like how people come to us for relationship advice. Not married and one divorce over here.
Ooh.
But hey, I'll take it. I'll take the trust, people. But anyways, he goes, "Hey, frat chat. So I went to a wedding last weekend with this girl I've been seeing, and everything was going great until the garter toss."
Oh, I didn't do that at my wedding.
Yeah, no. Tino's grandma wanted to do it, but you know, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was dead at that point.
But anyways, so they call all the single guys up, and I get peer pressured into joining. The groom launches this thing like it's a Hail Mary pass, and somehow I catch it. Very nice, very nice. Well, I got to give him that. Yeah, you go, Jason. Anyways, the whole room cheers. My date looks thrilled until the DJ announces that I now have to put the garter on the leg of the woman who caught the bouquet with my teeth.
Oh,
Yeah, that's bad. That's very awkward. I look across the dance floor and see a 78-year-old great aunt holding the bouquet like it's a winning lottery ticket, and she's already taken off her orthopedic sock.
Oh
Ew.
no, you don't have to take your sock off. You
I
can go over the
panicked.
sock.
Yeah, no. I panicked and pretended I pulled a hamstring. My date hasn't texted me back since. Question: was this a red flag for her or a red flag for me? Should I have committed to the bit and just gone full Golden Bachelor? Sincerely, Jason from Jersey City.
Oh,
Uh,
that's a tough one.
that's a tough question, but as someone who likes to commit to the bit, I'm sorry, I draw the line out of fucking pulling off a garter or on some old lady's leg with my teeth. Like that's fucking weird, man. What the hell? So no, I think red flag for you about her that she's not texting you back for at least I mean pulling your hamstrings is a smart way to try to get out of it. At least you weren't like, ew, she's gross and old, like I don't know. I don't I think you're dodging a bullet.
Well,
This would be crazy if she wants you to do that.
I just know I finger popped a grandma in my youth, so like I would have committed to the bit. But that's my comfort level. I can't assume that everyone else is that comfortable. But I guess my question would be if the tables were turned and she was uncomfortable with her teeth putting something onto like an older gentleman's leg, I would be like, that's okay. You don't have to do it. So there's a little bit of a double standard here, I guess.
Right by the wiener, too. That's not cool.
Yeah.
And especially with old people with these long ass balls.
And you know what? If this, I don't know when this takes place, but like if everyone's dancing, you know what, and sweaty, when this only lifts her skirt, I can't imagine the, rainforest-like conditions in in the in the swamp. I don't want it to be anywhere near that. Can
That's
you
so true.
imagine?
Oh god.
You
That's
know what?
terrible.
I would pass out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't
Yeah.
blame you. That would be awful. That would be awful. And especially, in the upper 70s. Woo. No offense, old people. If we one day, Simo's already had the heart monitor thing in there. We're going that way. One day I'll be old too. But that old sweat smells different. It
Yeah.
hits different. The sweat that says you're closer to death than I am definitely hits different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to put my fucking teeth on someone's weird great aunt either. So I'm
But
with you,
why does she
Jason.
take her orthopedic sock off? You can leave the sock
I
on.
know. Ugh.
No,
I
I
guess the
think
kid
about
over the foot. Ugh. I can
yeah.
imagine what that foot smells too. Wearing an
Oh,
orthopedic sock all
yuck.
day at a wedding.
The brittle toenails. I think of remember when in Mrs. Doubtfire when Robin Williams' sock was coming down over his hairy knee and he's on the bus
Yeah.
and and the bus driver's like, "That's the way God made you." I thought, ugh. I just assume that all old women's legs look like that
Probably.
without like pantyhose or
I'm
stockings.
sure at a certain point they just say fuck it. I'm sure I would. Be like, I'm like 78. The fuck's gonna try to bang me now? I'm not. Fuck that.
Let me tell you,
Fuck
I'm
that.
shaving everything till the day I die. I
It'll
have
take me
reputation
too
to
long.
uphold.
It'll take me so. I trim every once in a while, but yeah, it'll take me way too long to shave everywhere. Fuck that. Then I get rug burn everywhere. But anywho,
Anywho,
emails from the listeners. Now, for our news segment here, which I cannot believe this is news, but you sent me or out in Florida, the 99th annual Sunburn competition just took place in Pahokee, Florida. And yeah, very real, albeit very painful looking tradition. Because good lord, these people go fucking hard. Now it's in its 99th year. It's a quirky event which gathers participants from across the country who compete for the title of most sunburnt body. And the judging is based on intensity, coverage, and even patterning of the burn, with winners receiving prizes, local fame, and a lifetime supply of aloe vera. And we're not kidding. The competition began as a tongue-in-cheek summer festival attraction in the 1920s and has evolved into a bizarre but beloved piece of Florida folklore. Though the event now promotes skin cancer awareness and sunscreen education, many still push the limits of sun exposure, to take home the crown. Shout out to Explain for the story. If you look at these pictures, dude, I can't imagine. I fell asleep in Mexico once, being drunk as fuck for the night before, super hungover, at the beach for like 2 or 3 hours, and I ended up getting like blisters on my thighs and shit, on like my shoulders. Like it was like the most painful sunburn I've ever seen, and it looked nothing close to what some of these fucking people in this contest look like. Like, good lord, that is terrifying, dude. Ew, ew.
You know, I I didn't think this was real. I was like, is this the Onion? Is this like a fake
Yeah, right.
publication? It's so dangerous. And
Awful too. Like their skin is like, there's this fat guy in a speedo as the cover. He has blisters, red blisters all over his fucking body, and he's
horrifying.
smiling. Like he's smiling.
So let me ask you,
It looks like Jabba the Hutt.
they promote skin cancer awareness, correct?
Yeah, because once you get skin cancer, you're aware of it. It totally works.
I just think it's so awful. That's like having like wow 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 wow. That's like having like a all you can eat um cotton candy contest and then promoting childhood diabetes. You know,
We're
it just
fighting
doesn't make
childhood
sense.
obesity by
Yeah.
having these 13 fat kids eating as much cotton candy as they possibly can.
Yeah, it makes no sense to me.
Oh my God, look at little Charlie go.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna host an unprotected sex orgy and all proceeds are gonna go to your local health clinic.
Prevention.
What? I don't understand. Make it make sense. Like
Oh my God,
Florida.
little Charlie, the champion is here. And notice they took his leg from the diabetes, but he is ready to eat as much cotton candy as you can. And he's also a sex champion. So look at that penis, ready to fall right off.
Ugh.
I haven't seen that much chlamydia since my high school prom.
Florida. I just don't understand. I
I
think
don't
this
get
should be illegal.
I don't get you, Florida. I don't
That's
get you.
so
I don't.
dangerous.
I truly, truly don't understand. And it looks painful as fuck. And
Yeah.
imagine if you don't even win, like if you don't even place, so you just burnt yourself like an asshole for nothing, for literally nothing.
Well, like overexposure to sun. I mean, we know now that the world's educated enough to know that UV does a lot of damage. Does a lot of
Yeah,
damage to your eyes. It, as far as your eyes are concerned, it can accelerate the onset of cataracts, macular degeneration. There's a lot of really scary things. I think that like statistically, 10% of skin cancer above the neck occur on your eyelids. So it's really important to have like super
oh
um,
wow.
safe, oversized sunglasses at the very least. So I feel like the world knows enough about that, but we should also know that your skin needs to be protected. And so melanoma is such an aggressive form. It's like the number one killing like cancer, isn't it? Like isn't it the fastest like
It's
spreading
really
cancer or
bad.
something? It's a really scary one.
Spread to
I
your
just don't
bones
understand. But
and
also,
like getting skin grafts and shit and skin remove. It is awful.
it's
Like
horrible. But
eat it.
also, all that exposure to sun can lead to heat stroke. So what are they doing? And some of these people were like middle aged and older. I'm like, oh no,
Oh,
you guys are
dude, like
gonna die.
you guys can't be tempted to faith. I know you can move to Florida so you can die, but like, come on, dude, you don't want to rush it. Yeah, no, fuck no.
A lifetime supply of aloe is not enough to make me do that.
No,
I need to
no.
see like some millions of dollars to even consider putting myself
Yeah,
at risk.
seriously, like at least 10 million.
Yeah.
At least that, because 1 mil will go very quick. I need 10 mil. At least I know I'm set for life, and I can pay for cancer treatment. When if
Yeah. 1 mil will barely pay for a condo in New York City.
I know you can't even you can pay the condo and then you can't pay the property taxes, and they take the
Yeah.
condo in the following years. So, yeah, you need like 10 at least.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Even in my millionaire dreams, I'm too poor nowadays. They just laugh at me.
Yeah. Relatable.
But anywho, that's Florida being Florida again. And now, as I mentioned earlier, we would get into in this edition of
Not the
we got some news coming from the White House because, as we say, people, it's not the drag queens you got to watch out for. The
Nope.
call is coming from inside the house.
Specifically the White House.
The White House, yeah.
Womp,
And
womp, womp, womp.
that's right, because in a big bombshell, which we referred to, referenced a little bit earlier, why the president has been acting so crazy to defer from this Epstein situation is because just maybe, his own Attorney General Pam Bondi informed President Trump in the spring that his name appeared in the Jeffrey Epstein files, according to 3 people with knowledge of the exchange. It was a Wall Street Journal breaking story yesterday.
Horrible.
The disclosure came as a part of a broader briefing on the re-examination of the case against Mr. Epstein, who died in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges by FBI agents and prosecutors. It was made by Bondi during a meeting that also included the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, and covered a variety of topics. She frequently meets with Mr. Trump to brief him on various matters, officials said. Miss Bondi and Mr. Blanche, both of whom previously served as lawyers for Mr. Trump, informed before the president that his name, as well as other high-profile figures, had come up in the re-examination of documents connected to the case that had not previously been made public. It is not clear how significant the references of Mr. Trump are, but the briefing sheds light on private West Wing's discussions at a moment when the president's team is desperately trying to move on and quell the rebellion among those Trump supporters who feel that he and some of his senior appointees led them astray with campaign claims that they would be making the files available when he became president. And his 2 FBI appointees were among those who were adamant before taking on their government roles that there was more to uncover in the file. And earlier this year, Ms. Bondi described that the files as significant material to wade through that were, quote, on her desk. So we've already seen the president pop up in documents before, but these are additional documents. And it shows that he's been buddies with Epstein, until they had what it was described as a falling out in the early 2000s. So
Over a Florida
we don't
property,
know.
like a oceanfront property, right?
Correct. Something along those lines. But of course, Stephen Chung, the White House communications director, would not address questions about the briefing, but called any suggestion that the president was engaged in wrongdoing relating to Mr. Epstein's fake news, and said Mr. Trump had ejected Mr. Epstein from the Club Mar-a-Lago for quote unquote being a creep. Of course, the president has previously denied that Pam Bondi had told him that he's in the files. However, the week of June 7th, the White House received an inquiry from ABC News about the May briefing, according to administration officials. Then a week later, an ABC journalist asked President Trump during a quick gaggle with reporters if Ms. Bondi had told him his name appeared in the files. And he replied, "Oh, no." And said that she had told him about the credibility of various things in the files. He then went on to claim that they contained materials that were manufactured by Democrats. So Obama, according to him, made up these things. Joe Biden did too. But Jeffrey Epstein was arrested when he was president. Sketchy.
Yeah.
So now you got yourself a situation where a lot of his base is very pissed off with him. Some of his base is in cover up mode. The same people who were like, well, anybody in the Epstein file should be arrested are now flipping over to, well, just because you're in the Epstein's files doesn't mean you're guilty of anything. But we're seeing a fracture in Magaland. And quite frankly, I don't know where this is going to go. This is quickly snowballing into something that's bigger and bigger. And in a way, reminds me of like a perverted version of Watergate. So we gotta
Yeah.
stay tuned and see what happens. But this is just getting started. However, notice there were no drag queens involved in the story.
None.
Not one. Not one. So
But I just want to state a prediction.
go
I
on.
think that okay, so Ghislaine, is that her name? Ghislaine?
Ghislaine or Jelaine, however you want to say it.
Ghislaine, she had like the
Fuck it,
worst
she's a
fashion
pedo. You can say
sense.
it however you want.
She had the worst
Bitch.
fashion sense. I'm like, oh, what a dog. So she when she was charged and sentenced and went to jail, Donald Trump's response was, I wish her well. And I
Yep.
thought to myself, oh, at that time, I thought he's just trying to keep the peace so that she doesn't rat him out because she knows
Yep.
things about him.
Yep.
And so my prediction is because she was subpoenaed, she's going to talk in front of the House,
Yes, yes, yes. And
and
they're offering her immunity too. So she can say whatever the fuck she wants.
so I think that if anyone has any reason to lie, it's her because Donald Trump's the only person in this country that can offer her a pardon,
Right.
and she doesn't want to serve all 20 years. So
Right.
my prediction is that she's going to say whatever she needs to say to ensure that she gets out of jail. And so I don't think that her testimony is going to be credible. I also think that to all the MAGA supporters out there who are like crushed because um, their icon has potentially. I mean, it's pretty clear that he, whatever.
Very like
So very likely, they're like crushed that there's wrongdoing because he's like their hero. I think to myself, this is not new information. This is
right.
not new. Like we knew
Right.
this,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's not uncommon for someone who has 34 counts of like bad behavior to also. I mean, didn't he like on record sneak into like the dressing rooms of like various beauty pageants? He even
Yeah,
said
yeah.
on record that he grabbed women
Howard
by
Stern
the
show.
pussy. Like,
He said, and he's talking about the Miss America, which he owned, and where many of the girls are underage. Many of them are like 15 years old. And he's like, oh, I just go in there and they totally let me because I own it. You know what I mean? And I go in under the guys and I'm going to inspect stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, we got some leaky pipes, but you got some good bosoms you got there. And they're just walking around naked and they don't care. They don't care. They just let me do it because I own it. It's like totally fucking creepy.
you know,
Um, he
I
even said that his limit was like, well, I wouldn't have sex with like a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? But I don't have an age limit for women. He's bragged about. I heard that tape
ugh,
very recently.
it's so gross.
So yeah, dude, and there's testimony out there already from women that sued them and shit, and some of them had to withdraw their cases after getting death threats and shit. Some of them had their cases closed. Some of them settled out of court. But I mean, if you want to read some court testimony, there's a lot of shit out there about women who are pretty credible that have said that Donald Trump did pretty dirty things to them. So it
You
shouldn't
know,
shock anyone to find out that the dude who cheated on every single one of his wives with fucking like porn stars and shit uh is kind of a creep. Just say.
I think he even went on record to say he liked to sleep with married women because it was wrong.
Yeah, he had a whole thing where he would blackmail. Not really. I don't think blackmail is even the word, but he would dupe dudes into like people he knew that he wanted to bang their wives. So he would call the guy and let's say I find out I want to sleep with your wife and I know you're having an affair. So he would call the guy and put him on speakerphone while he's sitting next to the wife that he wants to bang, and not tell the guy that she's there, obviously, and ask him questions about his affair. So then he could get the husband to confess in front of the wife, and then the wife would fuck Donald Trump out of revenge. Like that was his move, dude. That's
That's so slimy.
crazy.
You
That's
know,
crazy. That's the
years
president of the United States right now.
years ago when news broke that Bill Cosby was a creepo, it broke me. And I thought to myself, you know what? From this point forward, I'm not going to be surprised by any other celebrity who uses their privilege for bad. I'm not going to be surprised because I think a lot of money changes people.
Totally.
And, there's a lot of gross fucks out there. Um, I wonder if Sean P. Diddy Combs went to Epstein's island and found inspiration and was like, you know what? I could do this. I wonder. I do think that Bill Clinton's probably on that flight log, and even though I'm a registered
He's definitely
Democrat,
the flight log. It's been known that he's been to the island.
yeah, so I don't care if you're on my side of the fence, their side. I don't care if you're liberal, conservative. I think if you were diddling with minors, you should be held accountable. And
Yeah,
so, like, I want to know who in power shouldn't be in power. I want to know about this. I think the public has the right to know. I think that character is really important. If you are dipping and doing with people who are being trafficked, yeah, you're a shitty person, and I don't think you're fit to lead the country.
totally, totally, completely agree. So we will see where this story goes. But again, another one where no drag queens in sight because the call is coming from inside the house.
Oh,
So that was
question.
go on.
Um, so I saw that his like veins are pretty janky in his legs and his like ankles are swollen.
Yeah,
Is that real or is he looking for a sympathy vote?
no, it's real.
Is that real? Oh, I thought
He
he
has
was
like
like,
bruising in his hands, and people have been asking about it. It's like I forget exactly what it is. His veins don't get enough like blood flow and shit, so like liquids settle into his ankles. It's a thing of getting old.
you know what
But
he needs?
go on.
One of these, a heart
Yeah,
monitor.
probably,
You old
probably.
fuck.
Yeah, probably. That goes to show Father Time is undefeated, and Trump is old as shit. And if you look at him talking now versus his first term, it's been quite a long time since his first term. You know what I mean? In 2016, and he looks different. He's sitting there. He's kind of can't hold his head up as much anymore. He's doing a lot more things while sitting down instead of standing up. He's getting old. He's up there. So I don't know, man. I don't think he has that much longer to live, to be honest, given his lifestyle and all the stress and all the shit. But somehow he was elected.
JD Vance been on some podcast months ago and was like, he's like, release the list, release the. I think JD Vance is a conniving. I think that he is probably potentially behind this, like, yo, like, launch these lists. Let's get Donald Trump fucking out of here because no, we don't have to vote. JD Vance is automatically president once
Right.
Trump is behind bars,
Wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me, but
But that's not a win for us either. You know what? The MAGA movement is a scary movement. And even though there's dissension amongst the ranks, if Donald Trump goes away to jail or if he gets caught or if he gets,
well, he's never gonna go
dethroned,
for it. Never.
well, but if he is relinquished from presidential duties, the movement still goes on. They just find another dumbass that to follow.
I don't
But that
think so.
doesn't end the movement.
I don't think they will. It's not like Chavez in Venezuela where he had a successor ready. Trump doesn't want a successor. Trump wants to be the guy
Yeah,
forever.
but he's not the brains behind anything. He's an idiot.
Right, but he's the face and he's not getting any other face ready. For example, even after uh he stepped down the first time, and everybody's like, oh, he January 6th, he'll never win again. Ron DeSantis tried to be the new face. And it's like, oh, this guy's old. I'm young, I'm hip. And Donald Trump crushed him quietly from behind the scenes. It's like he does not want to be usurped right now. And that's the thing. Donald Trump quells down anybody who tries to surpass him. So I don't see that changing at all, even when he steps down.
Maybe because Donald Trump has the list and he's like, I'll take you all down with me. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But anyways, we're gonna get sued by
We could
them.
talk about that forever.
Conspiracy theory here. So that was not the drag queen. And it is time to get to it, ladies and gents, because we got a hell of a topic this week. Because, as we know, corporate America doesn't always get things right. You know, that's to say the least. So this week, we're going to revisit those times where corporate America fucked up bad. And some of these things at the time were awful, but now, a little hindsight 2020, we can look back, laugh at it, and roast the living shit out of them all. Oh, yeah. Because this week, ladies and gentlemen, we are giving you the top 10 little honorable mention action of the greatest PR blunders brought to you by corporate America. And it's hilarious. It's hilariously bad, should I say. It lets you know that these companies, quite frankly, just don't give a fuck. So, I'm going to have some fun here with this topic. One of the things we love to do, roast corporate America, and have a couple laughs. So this will be a fun time. Unless you lost people during this stuff. Then it might be
Well, I want to start with an honorable mention.
Go on.
Okay, so once upon a time, almost 10 years ago, in 2016, I was I just qualified for AARP, and there was this Samsung phone that was called the Galaxy Note 7. Do you remember this?
Yep.
And the batteries were exploding. I don't know, there was like some defect in the battery and like it just like blew up like against people's heads. It was really scary. So Samsung like
And they would
rushed out
catch
all the,
fire too.
yeah,
Like they would blow up, like
it literally blow up.
literally burn. Like
So then
literally
Samsung,
bursting into flames in people's pockets too, on
yeah,
nightstands, and even on board planes.
yeah,
One melted through a hotel room's carpet.
yep,
And another literally caused a fucking car fire. Like it got so bad that airlines explicitly banned the phone from mid-flight. Like
yeah.
it was like a stick of dynamite or some shit.
So Samsung like recalled a bunch of these phones and they sent all these like replacements, but they didn't fix the issue. So even like the
And they rushed
replacements caught on
production
fire.
on it too, of course, as they do. Yeah, so they cut corners in battery design and testing for the fucking product that they really had to test because they were replacing one that fucking almost killed people.
Yeah,
So we got what the second replacement also started fucking catching fire.
yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So
Oh,
they ultimately lost like billions of dollars in sales,
$5
and
billion.
I lost trust in the brand. I got an iPhone because of this. In
Yeah.
2016, I went from Android world to iPhone extravaganza. So, yeah, I remember this vividly because I was like, I don't want a Samsung anymore. I took my gay ass straight to T-Mobile. And I was like, yo, hook it up.
If something's gonna be flaming, it's not gonna be Simo's phone. Okay, it's gonna be him. God damn
Yep, my crotch.
it.
After a nice, fun Pride weekend.
That's right. Yeah, that's wild. Come on, Samsung. How are you gonna cut corners on testing the replacement product for something that was fucking catching fucking fire in airplanes? How? Like your phone is like the fucking shoe bomber now? Like really? Are you gonna cut corners there? You think that's a good idea? God damn.
Horrible.
Fucking idiots. And the funny thing is that to save something like $500 million, they ended up paying out over $5 billion.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. So seeing stuff like that, no pity fuck them. Like, you had one job, Samsung, and you fucked it up. So I feel no pity for them. They can suck a dickens. But anyways, now on to the top 10 here. And this is one that I gotta say I love. I think it's hilarious. It also serves them right. And it's funny because it's what led to us deciding to do this whole episode, anyways. You sent this story to me, and I had to see if this was true. And number 10 is Disney's drunken dwarf debacle. Happened in the 1930s, which is
Yeah.
fucking crazy. So, as we all know, back in the early days of Disney, when Mickey still sounded like he was doing helium hits, the studio decided to get real life little people to dress as the seven dwarves to promote Snow White, which, cute idea in theory, until it turns out that the dwarves got absolutely wasted, started stripping, and reportedly got handsy with guests at a fancy studio party.
Mhm.
Little Dopey lived up to his name. Bashful became the bouncer's problem. It was less happily ever after or more hangover Fantasyland edition. Or after all that chaos, Disney scrapped the whole idea and introduced the big-headed costume characters we know today. Probably because it's way harder to sneak booze into a 40-pound Mickey suit. But literally, if it wasn't for these horny, drunk seven dwarves, we probably wouldn't have the big-headed plush-sized giant Mickeys that we know and love today. So
Maybe.
shout out to those horny little people.
But you know what? I think it'd be easier to sneak booze in a big costume. And
Yeah, just stick it right in there. You can drink and no one knows.
yeah, and I would be like a little bit more comfortable knowing that if I lost my balance, I've got all this cushion to break
Totally.
my fall.
And I can say it's not because I'm drunk, it's because I'm wearing the costume. That's why I'm tipping over.
I saw this meme or this like video on TikTok where this Minnie Mouse character took off her uh head and it revealed this like old man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's so creepy.
As long as you're like 4'11", you can do it. Like Ron, pretty much, probably could do it. So, if you're listening, Ron, if you're don't have anything going on until we call you to guest host the show again, you can go to Disney. Be one of the creatures to fit right in. But yes, I blame Disney on this one too, because apparently the whole reason these little people ended up getting too drunk too is because they got put in some balcony and where they basically got locked in there and they weren't allowed to leave and they had to like wave at people and it was hot as fuck and they had nothing to do. So some of them started even getting naked and stripping a bit to compensate for the heat. So you trap a bunch of people there with nothing to do but drink and fuck. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So
You know,
I'm with
if
the
it's
dwarf.
hot and you're thirsty and all you have is like liquor in your pocket, I'm gonna drink it.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Sometimes when I'm thirsty, I like an ice cold beer if I'm hot over like a
Hell yeah.
glass of water. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
that's pretty good. Okay, next up, number 9, we have Gap's Unity hoodie, and this is from 2020.
Yep.
So can't. Oh, I
It
think
was
he
like a
just deleted a line.
there
Should
was
I
a
read that
title,
line?
but you don't have to read that. Can you read that?
Yeah, yeah. It says, "Can't we just hug it out in beige?"
I
I thought that was pretty funny. Anyway,
wrote it and I was like, I don't know. I feel kind of stupid now after.
I think it's not too bad. Okay, so during the 2020 U.S. election season, Gap decided the world needed healing. Thanks, Gap. Uh, we don't need policy change. We just need healing
That's right.
from the good old trusted Gap. Um, so not through like meaningful action, but through, wait for it, a beige hoodie that's half red, half blue. The message was unity. The reaction, laughter, outrage, and quite frankly, confusion. So it looked like something you find on a clearance rack labeled divorced dad's road trip gear. People weren't in the mood for color block diplomacy. Gap pulled the tweet and quietly folded the hoodie into a laundry pile of failed ideas. Like I wouldn't wear it. First of all, it's not very good looking. It looks stupid. And
So stupid. So stupid.
and
You
like
look like you look like a little kid, when you're like matching shoes and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear one shoe that's blue and the other one different color and looks so cool. That's what you look like. You look stupid as fuck.
yeah, I'm gonna say something, and that is like there's so it's, I think the problem is a lot of white people specifically, but like there are white people that I know, people in my family even, that deliberately voted against my rights to save a few dollars, a few $1,000s in taxes. So
Yeah.
they prioritized their tax refund over the civil liberties of the masses. So you might just be a shit person. And so what the Gap did is what a lot of white people do. A lot of white people, they don't necessarily pick a side. They will vote against our interests. I'm talking gay people, I'm talking black people, I'm talking women, I'm talking trans people, immigrants. They're voting against our interests under the guise of, oh, I'm fiscally conservative. And so
Yeah.
what the Gap did was they said, you know what? We're not going to be on the right side of history. We're going to just like skim below the radar with this mediocre bullshit. No, fuck you, Gap. You know what the right thing to do. You get on the right side of history and you make a stand and you be proud of yourself. But you're going to go down in history for being fucking Switzerland.
Agreed. Agreed. And it's like, plus it's so dumb too. Plus it's like, I feel like if you go in the hood with it, you're gonna get shot. If you're in like a
Oh
Crip
yeah.
project or the Bloods, and they see you with that shit, it's like, whoa, you're asking it for it if you're in the wrong neighborhood. Just saying.
Yep. Yeah.
But no, and it's like, I agree. The whole thing, it's it's them saying we don't give a fuck. We want both of you to buy our goddamn brand.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
That's all it is. It's doing the bare minimum to make sure that in trying to piss nobody off, they managed to piss everybody off because it's so fucking stupid too. Like really, that's the best you got. Their whole marketing department should have been fired over that too. Like really, and this is all going on.
Agreed.
Remember, it's 2020 during the election season. Like we're all at home. The racial tensions are at an all-time high in the country. There is so much shit going on. And you are a multi-million, maybe $1 billion company. And you decide, well, why don't we get a blue hoodie and a red hoodie and we put them together? And you don't fire that asshole? What the fuck? Like, no, oh my God. Yeah, no. No.
Horrible.
Fucking horrible. That's why they have. That's why they're called Gap because there's fucking a bunch of assholes in there. You gaping assholes. Fucking Unity hoodie. Get the fuck out of here. Anywho. Oh, this one is honestly, I thought this was hilarious when it happened. Totally tone deaf, but fucking hilarious that I honestly thought when I saw this ad, this next one, I legitimately thought it was an SNL skit. But this was Peloton's wife gift ad from 2019 because nothing screams Merry Christmas. You need to work out, honey. Like buying your already fit wife a $2,500 Peloton wife and filming her slowly descend into Black Mirror style self awareness. Because that's literally the vibe Peloton accidentally gave off when they released their now infamous ad where a wide eyed woman is vlogging her workouts like she's being held hostage by fucking Lululemon.
Yeah.
And of course, the internet dragged it. Peloton stock actually dropped. And Ryan Reynolds hired the actress to spoof it in a gin ad. Like when your fitness ad leads to public sympathy for the wife of a fictional character, you know you're fucked up. But it's like, really? Like you get your wife a fucking a Peloton for Christmas? It's like, thanks for the bike, you passive aggressive jerk. Just fucking tell me I'm fat already. What? Like, come on. The whole
Yeah.
ad was so toned
There's a
deaf.
few
It was
things you
hilarious.
shouldn't get your wife for Christmas. You shouldn't get her a Peloton. You
Right.
shouldn't get her a vacuum.
Right.
You shouldn't get her, you
Anything for
know, cooking like pots and pans. Like it's just not nice. You know what I mean?
right. And imagine, unless you specifically ask for that, imagine someone got it for you, dude. Hey, buddy, I noticed you're getting a little chunky. Got you something you might like. Or probably didn't even say on the, well, I noticed that you could probably use this. I hope you enjoy.
Yeah. If I feel like gay couples are different, but I feel like I feel like it's really tasteless to do that to a woman. If someone bought me workout gear, I like fitness, so I'd be all about it. But I don't know. If I didn't ask for it, if someone gave me like an ab roller without me being like, "Oh, I would really like that," I think I'd be upset. I'd be like, "Oh, great. You know, I got you a blow up mattress. Enjoy the couch for the rest of your life." So that's offensive.
Yeah, just a little bit, Peloton. I
Yeah.
think you should have thought that one through. And it goes to show that there's probably not any women in that boardroom or that marketing team.
Oh,
It's
of course
probably
not.
all dudes. Otherwise, like the lady would have raised her hand and be like, can we think this through? Can we think this through?
Yeah.
That's what you need to lead at least let one woman in the room, Peloton. Don't make it a sausage fest, and that's what you fucking get. So come on.
Yep. Yep.
Come
Well, if you think that's bad, it's only gonna get worse.
on. It sure is.
So, back in 2017, uh, during like the height of Black Lives Matter, this is so bad. So, in a now legendary PR fail, Pepsi released a commercial where Kendall Jenner joins a march, struts up to a police officer, hands him a can of Pepsi like it's a magic truce potion. The cop smiles, everyone cheers. Racism solved with bubbles. Crazy. So the internet obliterated this within hours. Like within a day, it was like the laughing stock of the world. So people called it tone deaf, exploitative, and the worst episode of Glee ever. Pepsi yanked the ad and apologized, but the damage was done. Nobody's trusting soda to solve social justice ever again. So don't even try Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Mountain Dew. Like everyone knows you're not everyone knows that you're a medical doctor. So one step closer to world peace, apparently.
Yeah. Imagine fucking trying to solve racism and being like, well, the Kardashians have fucked a lot of black guys. Why don't we bring them in?
Yeah.
They're a fucking icon. No, don't bring in a black person to do that. Just bring in the family who's known for only dating black guys.
Oh, I just got the joke that you wrote. Don't even try
Yeah,
Dr. Pepper. Everyone knows you're a medical doctor. Oh, now I get it.
I don't want to roast you after that because I feel like I was like dyslexia reading, but I was like, well, there goes my joke.
Oh, that was clever.
I try. He's a medical doctor, not not a political scientist or anything. Don't try to
Yeah,
solve racism, Dr. Pepper. But you could help Simo with his heart, maybe. Maybe
maybe.
one of the 200 flavors or whatever the fuck is in
Oh
Dr.
my
Pepper.
gosh. Can I tell you, my cardiologist was like, how many alcoholic beverages do you consume a week? And I was like, well, I don't know, maybe like a couple. She's like, a week? I said, a night. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I drink a lot. So, well, how much is a lot? I was like, I don't know. Like, I do like at least a shot every night with my mom over the phone. She's like, that's it. Well, that's how I start. I don't know. And then she's like, okay, well, how much coffee do you consume? And I was like, what? I have at least a glass a day, like a cup of coffee. She's like, okay, that's not bad. I was like, but I work out most days. She's like, okay. I said, and I have like an energy drink, like a C4.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, okay. So I was like, so that's like basically a Red Bull. She's like, in addition to a cup of coffee. Oh yeah, the cup of coffee is like, when we get tired after eating lunch. So like I start the day with the Red Bull type deal, and then I have lunch, and then you get tired after you eat a lot. So then I have a pick me up coffee. She's like, okay. So she's like, every day? I say, oh yeah, every day. She's like, uh-huh. I could just see the disappointment. I'm like, I should have just lied to my doctor. The amount of shame I got in that side eye was so shitty.
You can't lie to your doctor. That's the thing. You got to be truthful so they can help you. But a lot of people do. A lot of people lie to their
She's like, you gotta
doctors.
cut back. That's not gonna happen. So let's just see what happens with this fucking ticker, and we'll keep it moving.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's crazy. Uh, anyways, yeah, Kendall Jenner. And if you haven't seen this ad, Google it. I feel like it'd still be out there. It is so fucking stupid. It's like they try to recreate, like in Vietnam, when that person put the flower, the Vietnam protests, where that student put the flower into the National Guard's rifle, and it became like a whole thing. It was beautiful. I feel like they were trying to do that, but with a fucking Pepsi. Hey, come on, dude. Read the goddamn room, Pepsi. Like, what the fuck? This is like right after like the George Floyd thing, you know, and
But
like Breonna Taylor. Like, this is like when police
well, I
are
this
being
is before George Floyd. George Floyd died in 2020, like
Oh yeah,
during
this
the
was
pandemic.
2017. Sorry, so sorry. I confused with 2020. Yes. But this is, it's early on in the Trump administration. There's a lot of racial tensions. This is after he called people, both very fine people, when you had Nazis in Virginia, getting fought by people who hate Nazis, and he called them both very fine people. This is around that time. The racial tensions were awful. But yeah, it is fucking like the dumbest casting you could do. You could have casted anybody in this and written this any other way, and maybe it would have been better. But fuck, man.
You know what? Like at that time and still today, like black people were getting disproportionately like targeted and beaten and murdered by cops. And so what
Yeah.
do? We reward them with a soda? And like the attention should be um uh, on social justice, and
Yeah.
the victims in this situation are black people getting attacked by cops, but then we have this white savior come in and take all the attention. Like, what? This makes
Yeah.
no sense to me. Like, you couldn't be more toned up. It was so bad.
I didn't even think about that, but that's true. That's true. Crazy.
It's almost like someone's like, Black Lives Matter, and then Kendall Jenner's like, what about me? Look what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? What a
For sure.
mess.
For sure. Anyways, on to the next one. Oh, this is a great one. And this one, we're going to take you to the UK, where they decided to do a dead dad filet of fish ad in 2017. McDonald's UK had literally thought they were pulling on heartstrings when they released an ad about a young boy whose dad died. But hey, it's okay, because he liked the filet of fish too. So now the kid feels close to him again through a deep fried seafood sandwich from McDonald's. Audiences were
Horrible.
fucking horrified. Of course, critics called it manipulative, tasteless, and quote unquote trauma with tartar sauce, which I'm not gonna lie, that's a good one. McDonald's,
That is good.
that's good, right? Whoever came up with that one, kudos to you, dude. McDonald's, of course, pulled the ad and issued a quote unquote heartfelt apology. But let's be honest, the filet of fish is fucking depressing enough without reminding us of goddamn childhood grief. Because nothing brings bad dead dad like fucking fried fish, you goddamn idiots. Come on. This one's even, it's kind of like Pepsi, because this one has a worldwide marketing team. Like, McDonald's is in every goddamn country. They have menus fit for
Yeah.
every type of dietary needs. In India, they have McDonald's, for God's sakes. And it's totally different, but they have it. And with that being said, that means that in a worldwide marketing team, with some of the brightest marketing minds, not just in America, but across the globe. Not one person thought to say, hey, man, this is pretty bad.
Yeah. And you know
Don't do
what?
that.
They have gluten-free options
Hey,
abroad. Isn't that crazy?
yeah, it's wild.
Gluten-free. That's like saying to me, like, that's like, someone going to like a crying kid being like, "Hey man, I'm sorry your parents got deported. Here's a Snickers."
Yeah,
You
I
know?
know your dad loves Snickers. Here you go, buddy. But it's like, and I know I get, smells and tastes and shit. Like there's things that I like to eat, and like my dad and I love going to IHOP together, you know. But I wouldn't want to fucking like see an IHOP ad with like a sad crying guy with like a picture of his dead dad eating fucking McDonald's or IHOP. Like, I miss you, dad. Like, I don't want to see that shit. That's depressing. The fuck were you thinking?
Well, my question is, did this kid's dad die because he ate at McDonald's every day?
Oh yeah, he died of heart failure.
Yeah, like,
His cholesterol was through the roof. His doctor's last words to him were, "Please, sir, you have to stop eating filet of fish." He was like, "Nope, we're gonna see what I can do."
remember when the Atkins guy
Give me the
died of
heart
a heart
monitor.
attack?
Yes.
It's like, oh, you know what? I mean, it's not funny. I was gonna say, it's funny. It's not really funny per se, but when I was in college, my mom called me. She said, "Hey, I have bad news." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Your nutritionist died." And I was like, "Oh shit, am I next?" And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "I mean, I'm assuming that this nutritionist like practiced what she preached.
Yeah,
So
right.
if I'm following her regimen, am I fucked? You know?"
That's fair enough, dude. Touche. Well, yes, terrible McDonald's, and this one hurts because I love you, McDonald's, but good lord, idiots. Anyways, this next one you can take, and this one, I'm glad that I wasn't around for this one. Seaman was already like 36, but this
Yeah.
caused an uproar in the countries
I actually was born in 1985 when this happened, so I don't remember it. I was just a cute little baby
with that funny looking head.
with a mustache.
That's
with a mustache and a college degree. Okay, so
right.
Coca-Cola,
Oh,
king of
Paul.
soft drinks and Santa Claus ads. I think Coca-Cola invented Santa, right?
Totally. Totally. It's
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. That's it.
So Coca-Cola got spooked by Pepsi's rising popularity and said, "Let's totally change our classic formula." So they introduced new Coke, sweeter, smoother, and 100% unnecessary. So America reacted like Coke had slapped their grandma. People hoarded old cans. Protesters marched with signs that said, "We want the real thing." Coke panicked and brought back the original formula within months, calling it Coca-Cola Classic, which is PR code for "our bad, please don't leave us for Pepsi." But you know what? If only they waited 30 years or so, Kendall Jenner would fuck up Pepsi's reputation, so they'd be
That's
back on the
right.
market. Um, so if it ain't broke, add sugar and break it. That's what we learned.
That's what we learned. Yeah, dude. I mean, imagine the impact a soda has to have in the world for literal marches to happen as a result of them changing their fucking recipe. Because like people, I know someone who would have Cokes for breakfast. Like people are heavily addicted to Coke. Like just as much as you have your Red Bull or your energy drink or whatever. There's some people that do that with soda every day. And you change the recipe. That's like changing the heroin. People got tweaky and they were not happy, especially when you're down and you need that caffeine boost and you don't have it. People get real grumpy, so you have a march
Yeah.
full of grumpy ass people who need their caffeine and they don't have it. Must have been a lot of Karens in that march, let me just tell you.
But you know what? Isn't that something beautiful about the fact that people like the worst thing you could possibly think of was changing the molecular compound or like the recipe for your favorite soda, so you hit the streets. Like it reminds me of like when like a Karen is at like Starbucks and she's like, "Never in my life have I ever been treated so poorly." I'm like, this is the worst you've ever been through? Really?
So your
God
life is
bless you.
great.
But I
Yeah,
wish
no,
we lived in a time when like the world is upside down and like the worst thing in the world is the fact that my like Coca-Cola tastes different. You know what I mean?
I know. You could still
Good old
afford a bunch.
days.
But
Yeah.
now we can't. Now our Coke tastes great, but we got to live with 9 roommates in our late 30s
Yeah.
if you want to survive.
Yep.
It's
It's true.
wild. It's wild. Crazy, crazy. But yep, that was new Coke, which I'm not gonna lie, I would, if I'm them, I would reissue it, not obviously replace the other one, but like do it as like a nostalgia thing every so often. Like, oh, remember old Coke? We did this in '85. Well, for summer, we're gonna have it in stores. Try it and make up your mind, type of thing. I would try the new Coke now just to see, like, okay, maybe it's not so bad. Especially in a world of like now they have Coke Zero, Diet Coke, all kinds of shit. Like, have the new Coke in there as a choice for people who like it. It could be good. I don't know.
Now,
I'd
I've
try it.
seen some places will advertise Mexican Coke. It's like Coke,
Yeah,
Coca-Cola, and a glass bottle,
because it
and
has
they call
real
it
sugar
Mexican Coke. Is
in
that what it
Mexico.
is?
Yeah, they use actual cane sugar in Mexico.
Oh,
In
versus
Latin
like
America,
artificial sweetener?
correct. So with the cane sugar, it tastes better. Absolutely. Like Mexican Coke is, in which I mean, it's not just Mexican; it's Latin American Coke. Because in Venezuela, that's what we got, and it is better. The make with be made with real sugar makes it taste way better.
Well, I thought that it's just artificial sweetener in like Diet Coke, but even regular Coke is like not real sugar in America.
Correct. It's
Stevia or
like
some shit.
it's like a bunch of syrups, and
Oh,
and meanwhile with Diet Coke, it's like essentially like Splenda. Imagine like that type of sweetener. So
didn't didn't Donald Trump recently say he's gonna like change the Coke recipe again or something? Wasn't there an article
well,
about that?
he says he's gonna change it so the American Coke starts using real sugar like Mexican Coke does, which I wouldn't hate it because it would taste better. But there is a hidden reason behind that. Apparently, Donald Trump is friends with a guy who pretty much owns like a big share of the sugar market in Latin America. Uh, and so the thing is, this guy apparently uses like some kind of labor that's not legal. It's not necessarily child labor, but he's got a very controversial deal with this. But this guy,
Okay.
he, he's like he owns most of the sugar market. So apparently, the reason he's really doing it is because then this guy is going to benefit by making a fuck ton of money, and apparently that guy is a campaign supporter of Trump. And before that, the US wouldn't do business with him because of his shady practices, but Trump is lifting the ban on trading with him, and now this guy's going to be like the biggest benefiter. His name is Jose Fanjul. So,
And Jewel.
yeah. Yeah. So apparently that's the reason he's really doing it. So his billionaire buddy can make some more money, some more money, and his campaign donors, his biggest priority, of course. But to be honest, yeah, if it went to regular sugar, I would be all about it because Mexican Coke tastes so much better. So go for it. This is like the plastic straw thing. A broken clock is right twice a day. I may hate the guy, but you know, I like my normal straws.
I do too.
Mhm. Anyways,
Anyways,
to the last four, and this one was as tone deaf as it was stupid. And it's the BP I Like My Life Back debacle from 2010. which
But
happened.
pirates.
Yes, that's right. And this happened in the wake of the Deepwater Horizon explosion, which killed 11 people and dumped 4.9 million barrels of oil into the Gulf of Mexico.
America.
Yeah, right. And now it's the Gulf. Now it's the Gulf of America. Okay. And BP CEO Tony Hayward then went on to TV and said, "I'd like my life back." Buddy, sea turtles are dying and you're out here fucking doing a fucking victim cosplay? Really? It's like, oh, the really? Oh, this has been so painful for me. I've taken so much slack over this
Ugh.
spill. I'd like my life back. Oh, poor me. Oh, by the way, my bonus came in. I got $20 million in a year. Fucking idiot. And the comment literally became a meme before memes were even a thing. BP's reputation drowned faster than the goddamn wildfire they failed to protect. And yes, they literally actually released a children's comic book about the oil cleanup. So yeah, you can go ahead and scream into a pillow. You fucking morons! So, sir, there's still oil in the goddamn ocean. Maybe read the fucking room and don't call yourself the victim. Couldn't one intern say that? So maybe a friend, family friend, buddy, secretary, vice president, anybody?
I don't even know
Anybody
what
told
BP stands for. Big poop, butt plug, boy pussy. What could it mean?
British
Something.
Petroleum?
Oh,
Something like that?
petroleum. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, British Petroleum. That's what it was.
Okay.
So leave it to the Brits to get revenge for the Boston Tea Party by dumping a goddamn bunch of oil into the Gulf of Mexico.
I remember this. This was horrible. So sad.
Yeah. Yeah. And no one plays the bigger victim than the rich white guy. Oh,
Right.
it's so sad. I haven't been able to go to my tennis practice for weeks
Yeah.
now. I'm losing my backhand. Oh, poor
They won't
me.
even they won't even sit with me at my country club.
That's right. My friends are all mad at me that their beachfront properties got oily. Ah,
Yeah.
fucking moron. Well,
Ugh.
Tony Hayward, if you're listening, fuck you, you idiot. All right, I feel better. I had to get that out. That is so.
Well, this next one I actually feel really bad about. I think
Me
this
too.
next one was like, okay, so
They meant well.
Dylan Mulvaney, I think is an angel. I think she is so cute, and a sweet um TikTok personality, and I she just happens to be trans, but who cares? You know what I mean? So Bud Light partnered with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney for a one-off sponsored Instagram post. Like it wasn't even like a major campaign. It was just
A
like
fucking
a
video.
one-off. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally an
With this,
Instagram video. Like I've
yeah.
done that for brands. We've
Yeah.
literally done that shit for like
Same.
Manscaped and shit. We've done a bunch of those on the show. It's they pay you barely any money. This is not like a national thing. There's not a fucking campaign all around you. It's literally just you do one thing to support them and you're done. And
You
that's
know
it.
what? There's a lot of trans people out there that we wouldn't know are trans, and I don't even think it's necessary to like out yourself. I do commend people who are, activists and they um tell their story, and I think that's amazing. But
Right.
like if I didn't know Dylan was trans, I wouldn't know that she's trans. I would just think that she's a biological woman. Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
But
Totally.
it triggered like a full-on cultural meltdown. So conservative drinkers boycotted Bud Light. Kid Rock shot up a case on video. Remember that? It's fucking weird.
Idiot. Idiot.
Progressives felt the brand backpedaled too hard, so Bud Light tried to stay neutral, ended up alienating everyone. The numbers sales dropped nearly 30% year over year. Bud Light lost its title as America's number one beer to Modelo parent company AB InBev. Um, uh, I'm sorry, I lost my place. Modelo parent company AB InBev, right?
Yep. And then they saw their U.S. earnings drop 34% in a quarter, and they shelled out $150 million in rebates and damage control all over one Instagram post.
Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is a definition of a PR disaster. And probably the only time anyone's ever said poor Bud Light. I remember when Yingling um when they supported Donald Trump in the first election. And
Yeah.
then across the board, like in Hell's Kitchen, a lot of the bars were like, we're not serving Yingling anymore because they're too conservative. So like I get it. I think that everything's political right now,
Right.
so I feel like um I don't know. I think that if you commit, then great. But when you backpedal, like everyone's mad at you. So like
I agree.
Nike committed to Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Great. And they may have lost some conservative um followers, but they also got like some amazing new following because of their stance on, against racism. So
Totally. Meanwhile, if they went back on it, they would have lost the people that
everyone,
you
yeah,
were goodwilling for. So yeah, I agree. They backtracked so hard that it pissed off the conservatives already, who were already offended by this, but it pissed off the liberals who were like, "Oh, look at you, pussies! You're trying to fucking you coward because Kid Rock is burning your thing." And it turned out Kid Rock, who has a bar, his bar still served Bud Light while he was doing this, so he was still buying
oh
Bud Light,
really? Well, because
setting it
the
on
price
fire.
point probably.
Of course, and he loves Bud Light. It's his favorite beer. So he fucking was gonna serve it regardless. But yeah, it really cost him. So I mean, imagine losing 30% in sales over a goddamn Instagram post. Like this wasn't even like the Kendall Jenner thing. That was a multi-billion-dollar campaign aimed at the US, TV, internet, everything. This was an Instagram post. Like they probably paid her like $2,000 for this at most. Like this is crazy,
Yep.
crazy, 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 crazy. So this one hurt my soul, uh, because it was just like the most hateful people being hateful just because they used, a trans spokesperson on an Instagram post. So it was disappointing just to see how people led with their hate on this one. But
Yeah.
it just goes to show they do have power still. So you gotta, I guess tread lightly, companies. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm with you. Commit to your message and there won't be as much of a backlash. But if you're trying to please everyone, you're just gonna piss everyone off. So pick a lane is my advice here. But anyways, we are down to the final two. The
This
Deucey
next one's
Do.
really bad.
This one's so bad, dude. And this one could have been number one, but you'll see number one was like the one of the worst things to ever happen to the world.
Number one's really long, so I might need help reading that one too.
So this is what happens when you try to be a professional and script the show, but your co-host has dyslexia. We have lots
Yeah.
of info here. There's lots of research. We can't memorize all this shit. So yes. Anyways, number two, which it's good that it's number two because it was a pile of shit, was the H&M monkey shirt meltdown from 2018.
Ooh,
Yeah,
horrible.
so in 2018, H&M dropped an online ad featuring a young black boy modeling a green hoodie, which seems pretty normal until you read the goddamn hoodie and you realize that it said "coolest monkey in the jungle."
Horrible. Horrible.
And somehow nobody at any point of all the first draft, the edits, the re-edits, the publishing, nobody thought to point out, hey, maybe this is wildly fucking offensive. Let's not do this. And of course social media erupted within minutes. Like celebrities like The Weeknd and G-Eazy cut ties with the brand. Protests broke out. Stores were fucking vandalized in South Africa. It became like international fashion version of how did this even make it past the group chat? H&M issued an apology and pulled the ad, but the damage was done. It literally joined the growing list of wait, did no one in this billion-dollar company Google this? Moments in corporate history. And the kid, not gonna lie, it wasn't his fault. He was adorable.
I know it
But
was
the
a cute kid.
oversight, catastrophic. And now that hoodie lives in the Museum of Fashion Fails right next to Ed Hardy and whatever the fuck Kanye wore last week. I don't know what the fuck he's doing anymore. But yes. I feel so bad for that kid. Imagine going viral for being the model behind that sweatshirt.
You know
And this
what?
poor kid.
2018 wasn't a good year for fashion, if you want to call H&M fashion. It's fast fashion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
if
a good way to put it. Fast food. I like that.
so Carlos, Google Prada 2018. I think it's Prada Malia incidents, because they had these, like, I think they were like bags that looked like old school minstrel, like blackface. It sported like dark faces with huge lips, and it was like they got in a lot of trouble. Do you remember this? This was like the
No.
same time. I was like, are you guys all in the same boardroom meeting? Like, what is happening?
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Oh my god. It's like little it's like the only way I can describe it is like the old cartoons or back in the old timey days of movies when people used to have white guys dress up like black people with like
Yeah,
shoe polish
minstrel.
and
Yeah.
the giant lips. Yeah, literally. This is
So
these
I
are
remember
black
like,
people.
oh, it was so offensive, and so I remember these stories came back to back, and I was like, are you guys trying to outdo each other? Is this a competition? What is wrong with you?
Prada board who's sitting there and it's like, "Hey, boss, I just saw an article that said H&M was the most racist store in America." And they're like, "Oh yeah, well wait till you see what we have ready for you. Release the blackface toys."
Horrible. So horrible.
Oh my god, that is
And
coolest monkey in the
also,
jungle. That's so bad.
and so, and also in 2018, because those things happened in three, Megan Kelly got in trouble on her talk show for defending blackface. So I was
Oh
like, guys, like, will you please learn from each other and just like learn from the mistakes? Like,
yeah,
are you guys all trying to outdo each other in racism? Like, it's not cool to be racist. Like, it's not okay to like to do blackface. It's not okay to mimic it in fashion. It's not okay to put a cute little kid in a shirt that has a monkey on it and then advertise it. It's just not okay. Like, you know what I mean? Oh,
I agree.
that's why we need diversity in the boardroom. That's why we need um a variety of not just genders but also ethnicities and sexual orientations. And this diversity is the key to success. Like, why don't people understand this?
Totally, dude. Totally. All
Anyway,
right, on
well,
to the final one.
final one. So if I say mulligan, that means I need help reading. Okay, so number one, this is the Exxon Valdez oil spill of 1989. Because what is a list if you don't have at least two oil spills? You know what I mean? So
Mm,
there was millions of gallons, zero accountability. In 1989, the Exxon Valdez oil tanker slammed into a reef off the coast of Alaska and spilled 11 million gallons of crude oil into Prince William Sound. The result:
Jeez.
hundreds of thousands of dead seabirds, otters, seals, fish, an environmental disaster that would haunt the coastline for decades. By the way, Prince William, is he the one that was on the Epstein Island? Didn't he get in trouble for that? Prince
That's Prince
William?
Andrew. Prince
Oh, I get
Andrew.
them confused. Oh, Prince William is the first son of Diana.
Yes, but this is. I think this is a different. Like this is a late because
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I
So
don't think
anyway,
his name is there.
so after this, what did Exxon do? They ghosted the planet. It took CEO Lawrence Rawls 6 full days to even like publicly acknowledge this spill, and didn't physically show up to the site like at all. Instead, he stayed holed up in corporate offices while PR reps tried to spin things from a safe, oil-free distance. His excuse? He didn't think his presence would add anything. Right, just the guy in charge during the biggest man-made environmental disaster at the time. Why would that matter? So to make things worse, Exxon's cleanup was sluggish and poorly managed. They spent more on TV commercials trying to polish their image than on actual environmental recovery. They even
Mhm.
fought payouts to fishermen and locals in court for over a decade, dragging out the trauma like it was part of the business model. This
Yeah.
wasn't just a PR fail, it was a masterclass in corporate arrogance and how not to handle a crisis. The incident gave birth to modern PR crisis management firms, and to this day, Exxon Valdez is shorthand for congratulations, you just became the villain in the Captain Planet reboot.
Mhm. Yeah, that's bad, dude. That's bad. That worse than being the CEO who's like, I just want my life back, is not saying anything. Just fucking disappearing for 6 goddamn days. Like, what the fuck are you doing during that time? Did you think people would forget? 11 million gallons of fucking crude oil in Alaska, too. It's one of like the prettiest places on earth. Like, oh, imagine all those fucking animals, all the wildlife that died. And yeah, the fishermen, too. I mean, I want to talk about small business. Fuck. Yeah. What a goddamn moron. And yeah, now the thanks to this, like the corporate crisis PR management firms are everywhere. You know, they handle everything nowadays.
Do you think the former Exxon PR agent, is now working at the White House? They're like, okay, listen, this Epstein list is pretty bad. But you know what else is pretty bad? The quality of Coca-Cola, and I really think we can get ahead of this if we
That's
just
right.
focus on Coca-Cola.
That's right. And Mr. President, make sure to act as dumb and as big of an asshole as you can make yourself in front of the camera anytime you're in front of the camera. That way, people will talk about everything in some of the Epstein files. That's right. Photobomb that soccer team. Kick that old baby when he's down. It's
Yeah.
okay. You see an old person, push them down the stairs. You see a baby, take their candy. Do everything you can, Mr. President. Just muddle the news, and there's no news to be had. That totally works.
Horrible.
Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ. Well, anywho, ladies and gentlemen, that was the top 10, really 11. And there's some other honorable mentions in there. So we gave you some bonus ones. PR blunders that made you say, what the fuck, corporate America? Brought to you here by the Frat Chat podcast. So, that being said, I want you guys, if you want to send us an email, ask us a question, pitch us a topic, tell Simo how much you hate him, whatever you want.
If you're gonna send an email, can it be a short email?
Yeah, see, reading is not going well. Shoot us an email, fratchatpodcast@gmail.com. You can also go ahead, give us a follow on all social channels at FratChat Podcast. That's on Instagram, that's on Facebook, that's on Threads, that's on YouTube and Twitter/X. You can also give me a follow as well. Check out my website, carlosgarciacomedy.com. Or you can give me a follow on all social channels at Carlos Does the World. That's on Instagram, that's on TikTok, that's on YouTube, that's on Threads, Facebook, Carlos Does the World on Twitter/X. And last but not least, make sure you follow my good buddy Simo here at chris.moore.comedy on Instagram and TikTok. It's Seymour Comedy on Twitter/X. And do it because his heart is failing and he just needs love.
Yeah. And go get your routine physical.
That's right. And maybe you too look like Iron Man too. But with that being said, Mr. Mo, it's time for us to roll. So why don't you please get us out of here?
I motion to adjourn this meeting because my days are numbered.
That's right. He's running out of time.
Run out of time, guys.
All right, you guys. Don't worry. At least I'll be back next week with
Yes.
the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts and time. It's the FratChat Podcast. See ya.
Bye.
That was a long one.